So let's add some more curves to our surfaces here. So I'm going to add another curve, 3D curve, to this end here. Okay. Let's click on this. Yes, it's perfect. Okay, and then I'm just going to jump into the front here and then add very minimal curvature to this section. Okay, and then we're going to add some more curvature. So let's have a look at our model. Okay, so as you can see, it gets a little bit more curvature somewhere after the door. So it's a bit sharper here and it gets a little bit more curvature. So we're going to add another curve back here. So it's about somewhere here. So let's head back to our default display state just so we can see where everything is. Okay, so we're going to add one right about here. So let's check this curvature and add one from there to this point. Okay, and that is good over there. And then we're going to go back to our display state number 2, and then we're going to add our curvature to this line here. Okay, so let's click on this line and bring this up to about here, something like that, and let's click that line again. Okay, so we have our arm. Well, we can kind of move it somewhere similar to this line here. So it comes out and comes down somewhat straight down. Okay, so that's good. And then we add another curve somewhere about here. Jump into our normal to profile. So this is this curve here. And it's just going to look going to be almost the same as this curve here. Okay. So let's move this a little bit so we get this arm, this handlebar, so somewhat similar to that. That looks good. Okay. And then we're going to add one more curve back here. So let's snap on this point and this point here. And then let's just come in here and then grab this arm, grab this point and just pull it that way. You can pull it this way, but you will stop eventually when you pull it this way. So that's how you know you have a perfect coincident relationship. Okay, so let's jump in here and then get a normal to profile. Right, and then just add our curvature to this end here. Okay, not too much on this end, something like that. And then grab this control arm and pull it somewhere here. Okay. And that looks good to me. So let's exit the sketch. And let's add our surface. So let's jump into surfaces, boundary surface, and let's select this line, and let's select this line. Select that line there. Okay, and then we're going to start by adding our guide curves, and one of them is going to be this back here. Press OK on that. And the second one is going to be this line here. So as you can see, our surfaces are starting to take shape. So let's add this line here. Okay, and we add this line here. And check that. This line, and check that. Okay. And we're going to add this line. Okay, press OK on that. Let the processor do its job, and then we're going to add this last line here. And press OK on that. Okay, so that pulled it in perfectly. All right, so that looks good, and I'm going to press OK on all of these, and we see what we got. So the surface will be cut somewhere around here. So let's double check if we don't have any issues with our surfaces. Okay. And we can further manipulate the surface, you know, to make the surface very close to what we are looking for. It's only halfway, comes down about straight. From here, it always comes down about that far. And I'm quite happy with this, and so I'm going to leave it. And I'm going to jump into knit surface. I'm going to knit these two surfaces together. Select this one and this one. Okay. And then I'm going to jump over to my default display state, and then I'll be going to trim away some excess surface materials. Okay, so let's sketch on the top plane, and let's flip it. Okay, so we're going to need this line here, so let's grab a spline, and then we're just gonna sketch from here to about that corner there, all the way out here, and exit the sketch, and just gonna come in here and then bring this sketch up so we get the shape that we're looking for. Okay, so let's pull this down here, and I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to press OK on that, come out here, and then just trim away the excess surfaces that we don't need. So let's go to surfaces, and then trim surface, and then let's remove this surface here, and press OK on that. Okay, and that looks good to me. Okay, let's head back to our second display state, and then let's hide these 3D curves. All right, and let's add a fillet, a face fillet, on these two surfaces. Okay, let's flip that arrow's face inwards. One is facing out, one is facing in. Make all of them face inwards, and let's choose one. Let's try 2, 3, and 3 looks good. Just press OK on that. and that is one clean surface. Okay, so I'm going to leave this surface at this point, and then I see you back. However, we might actually add a bigger fillets on these, just to, it seemed to me there is a bit too sharp. So let's edit this fillet. Try a bigger fillets here. Let's try 5. Okay, press OK on that. And 5 looks a lot better. Okay, so if I head back to our picture here, it looks somewhat almost similar. However, it seems like this one here more fillets on this one. Maybe in the back here. So what we can still do is go in here and edit our curves, and then we will try to do some of that in the next tutorial. However, I'm actually quite happy with this surface already, but I just want to add some more curvature in the corners here. We can add, maybe we can raise our fillets a little bit more. Let's try 7, 6, 5. So we can do 5. Yeah, so it's still not enough for me. However, it looks pretty good already, but I want to add some more. It seems a little flat to me, so I maybe want to edit these lines as well a little bit. We will go through this in the next tutorial, so see you back then.